first memory was, I remember briefly being in the hospital and a nurse coming and smacking my hand because I was crying. I wanted to sit, going into the bed with my sister, and they wouldn't let me. And I was in a cot standing there crying. She came and smacked me on the hand and told me to be quiet. I remember that, and I was 2. And that was my earliest memories. And strangely enough, I had a brother who was 6, and I have no recollection of him at all, but he died when he was 6, nearly 7 he was. I think the first holiday I ever went on was with my mother's sister, my Auntie Anne, and my Uncle Jack, and they were going to Guernsey to see my mother's brother. And it was before the war, and I remember going on this boat, and your granddad laughs because it actually was a paddle boat from Weymouth to the Channel Islands. I know I was very sick on it. And I know I was 9 years old, and I've got lots of memories of it, beautiful memories, and I want to go back one day, and I suppose all my memories will be destroyed, I don't know. Beautiful narrow lane with a stream running through it and a narrow path that you walked on, and you could put your feet in this water, and it was soft on the bottom like sand, but it wasn't sand. I suppose it was moss or something. I remember things like that. Fun days, those, really. I was never happy at school, only when I was 2, I think. I didn't know then, but I couldn't read and write, and I used to get smacked because I wasn't listening, and smacked because I spelt words wrong, and I'd put the words G's the wrong way round, T's and B's and A's, the sticks all the wrong way round. And of course now, when I had my own child with dyslexic, I found more about it, and I realised I wasn't stupid. We were bombed. The mum and I decided we'd had enough of getting up, going down, the sirens going. The bombs would fall somewhere else, never near us.
This is in the Second World War?
This is in the Second World War. I'm sorry.
That's
Well, I'm jumping my life because that's all I really remember of my childhood. Yeah. And it was happy times with my mum and dad. And this night, I thought, what are we not going? And no sooner had they said that, my mother and I both heard the whistle. And I was down the stairs, down into the cellar before it went. It went in the next street to where we were. And that was the only time ever I was frightened, I think. You got used to it, I suppose, really. The bombs and that kind of thing. Anyway, that's in the past, and thank goodness that we all survived the war. Now, my mum had a terrible upbringing. She, they didn't care whether she could even speak, never mind speak English. But she would never allow us to be common, speak common, like you'd hear girls, I suppose you do today, oh, shut it and all this business. With none of that, you daren't speak like that, you had to speak. We had the Lancashire accent, but the Mancunian accent, but we had to speak properly. I was transferred to an HMS Kestrel. It was a Fleet Air base. But it was a big Fleet Air base. And that's where your dad was, waiting for a new ship, wasn't it?
We used to hire our meals in a big dining room. And where we had served was like a hatch. And before they were ready, the thing was covered over. But you could see underneath it. And me and some friends were sat there and we were watching this. And we said, hey, there's some new pairs of legs there. We recognised them from different from the ones we'd normally seen there. Yeah. And so this friend and I said, I'll tell you what, he said, you chat up that one and see if you can get a date, and I'll try this one. And it just so happened that the one I was going to try was Nana. And she had the best legs.
And he says, go out with you. I said, yes. So we agreed we'd go out at the weekend. And you met him, he was in the bus stop and swinging his leg, and I said, what's the matter? He said, I can't take you out. And I thought, what? Did you ask me why you can't take me out? What's the matter? I've no money. So So I paid on the first date, and I paid very often after that. But we didn't have hardly any money, so it was walked nearly all the time. We had the choice. When we got paid, we'd go to Winchester, and you either went to the pictures, or you had to walk in the park or somewhere, and then you would go and get egg, sausage and chips. Not always an egg, but sausage and chips, because that's all they had, potatoes really and sausage to give you. So we used to have that, and a cup of tea we used to have between us, didn't we? And they were nice times, though, you think of it.
Toasters for very long.
On toast, yes, they were on beans on toast. We had more often than not had that, but I can remember the sausage. She used to give you sausage because she fancied you. Kathy. We decided to get engaged. We asked his mum, and we asked my mum and dad. They said yes. We went down on Rochdale Road, down to Bay's pawn shop, and I got the engagement ring. And it cost, when you think of the money we got, and that cost £13, 15 shillings. That was a lot of money.
We went from Manchester over to Whitby Bay to the family, and you just, that to the family, and to my mother and to the family, and tell them that we're getting engaged. And of course, my mother, would you believe, took the ring off, Nana, and refused to give it back, because I was far too young to get engaged. And I had to literally get very, very cross about this and write and say that I would never ever come home again. That I would never ever go home until she returned the ring to Nana. It seemed to work, because she did, didn't she? She gave me the ring back.
And then we got married. We were very young, none of the family liked it. My auntie Ida helped to bring me up in a way, and I was very fond of her. She was on holiday, so she was a Catholic, and she would not have approved of me getting married in the registry office, which I wanted. I didn't want no fuss, no fancy clothes, no cake, no nothing. But my mother insisted. She made me a wedding cake. Well, the war was on, food was rationed, and she made a nice little tea, didn't she, really, with what we had. When we came out, it was raining and it was bitterly cold. A day like today, only it was drizzling. And for June it was cold. And my dad came out, he said, I'll give you the exact words, Richard. You'd get more ceremony by getting a bloody dog licence from the post office than that wedding. He was upset, I wasn't. But he wasn't upset because I was getting married, but he thought I hadn't been married because I wasn't married in church. But that was me. But I'm glad I joined the church, goodness knows, not that it ended up as if I hadn't. Yes, I'm very grateful for that. It gives you a contentment, especially when you're getting older. I'm not older, I'm only older. Aren't we? But so I don't feel very well, and I think, well, I'm not going to last long. Like this past few weeks, and I've not been really well, and I can't make out what it is. And I think, well, thank goodness, I know where I'm going. I'm not a bit afraid, I know where I'm going. Whether the Lord agrees with me, I'm a good girl, really. I don't know, but I've tried. But we had a happy life, didn't we? And you're talking into my conversation.
No,
yes, you are. I didn't do that with you. I went out.
I'm not. I've said nothing all day.